What's up, Tel Aviv? How we doing? All right. There are a few people out there that were, can you guys hear me okay? Okay, there are a few people out there sleeping on the sofas. So I know some people probably had a late night last night. Anybody go out last night? Hands up. All right, let's wake you guys up a bit then, okay? When I say DMI, you say Expo. DMI. Expo. DMI. Expo. All right, not bad. All right, you guys are awake. When I say Facebook, you say ads. Facebook. Facebook. All right, let's go. Give yourselves a round of applause. Let's go. Okay, cool. So let me get this going. Is this working? There we go. My name's Jason Hunt. Happy to be in Tel Aviv. First time here. Love it. Coming from Canada, I had some people that were a little weary of me coming here. Even myself, when I got here, I was like, should I be going to Tel Aviv? And then I got here, and everything was like amazing, super cool. And I've traveled quite a bit, and I must say Tel Aviv is one of my favorite places to go. Absolutely. Give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, so first and foremost, anytime, when businesses look at Facebook as a platform for advertising, they need to kind of consider it using this example. This girl up here, drinking a milkshake. I think she's attractive. And if I wanted to, potentially maybe meet her and take her to that next step, which could be a date, maybe a dinner or something like that, I could go up to her and drop the best pickup line I know, like, hey girl, you can use some vitamin me or something like that. But there's a very good chance by trying this type of a tactic, I'm not going to be able to convert her to a date. Best way to probably convert her would to be engage with her. What type of milkshake are you drinking? What type of movies do you like to watch? What type of food do you like to eat? Engaging with her, getting to know her, maybe telling her a bit about myself, not too much though. The problem is with most advertisers is they take the quick pickup line approach on Facebook to try to convert somebody to a sale. And then it doesn't work. They throw their hands up in the air and say, oh, Facebook doesn't work. Really, they're just doing it wrong. Every marketer needs to approach Facebook the same way you would approach that male or female at the bar. Some people say it's too late to get on Facebook. It's too late. Prices are too high. I missed the boat. It's not that you missed the boat, but you do need to be better. You got 1.59 billion active users at the end of Q2 2019. That's a lot of attention. So there are a lot of marketers on the platform, but you do need to be better in the way you get in front of those users. Give you a quick background on where I come from and why I'm up here talking about Facebook ads. 2004, Facebook started. Anybody have Facebook in 2004? I sure as hell didn't. Very impressive though. Everyone have MySpace in 2004? Yeah, all right. So Facebook started 2004. I was a late bloomer. I got onto the platform in 2007. At the time, I had a rock band in Japan. And yeah, thank you. Got one woo out there. That was awesome. Cracker Japs was the name of the band. Don't YouTube it, please. Don't. But in 2007, my mediocre rock band at best was able to manufacture a tour of Japan by leveraging platforms like MySpace at the time and Facebook as it emerged. It was at that moment in time when I realized that I liked marketing my music more than performing and making the music. So that was my personal calling and kind of my epiphany to marketing. In 2016, beginning of 2016, I started a social media agency, banging on doors, trying to get business, basically sweat equity in the business, just trying to get anybody in the door. I was able to grow that business to 100 clients in the first year, was able to hire a content team around me, and from there, basically merged my company with a leading SEO company. And that had to happen. It's very important that I did that because, as many of you might know, social media advertising and advertisers have become saturated. Everybody's an expert now, thanks to Ty Lopez's course for 1997. So back in the day at 2016, when I was approaching business owners, though, it was like, wow, social media, that's kind of cutting edge. Sure, I'll throw some money at that. So I entered the game at a pretty good time. So but nowadays, because it's so saturated, I've now been able to offer SEO and web design as well as I merged my company with a leading SEO company. So now we're more versatile. What's your ad strategy? How many people out there boost posts? Who likes to boost their post? Hands up, don't be shy. Don't boost post. Don't do that. Don't do that. Essentially, you're like kind of like a button smasher. You know, you're just like hammering that boost button. Basically, what happens is when you hit that boost button, essentially what you're doing is you're telling Facebook to go out there and put your ad in front of as many people as possible. So what do you think Facebook's going to do? They're going to optimize for scrollers. That's essentially what you're doing when you're boosting, is you're optimizing for scrollers. You're going to probably have your ad near the bottom of the news feed, and you're not going to see much action at all on your ad. You're optimizing for reach. Anybody see this ad at all? Hands up. Couple? All right, couple? Cool. So one thing that I don't know if anybody here is doing, I know some of the advertisers out there or the people that are sponsoring the event should be doing this. And that's venue targeting. You have a great opportunity to get in front of every single person at this venue by doing simple venue targeting. So we ran that ad, basically targeting, as you can see in the middle there, targeting this venue here, Lagos, I think I pronounced that right, Lagos, and then excluded all the areas around it. We didn't want to be targeting Superland. We didn't want to be targeting the highway over there. We just wanted to be targeting this venue. And our frequency cap, you can see there is 3 impressions per day for every user. So we just, the default typically is 1 impression per 7 days. We wanted to make sure that we were trying to get in front of these people at this venue as much as possible. Okay? What's that? Well, did it work? I mean, it's reached people. And the thing is this, like, to be honest, like, if you're spending thousands at an event to attend, we spent $40 on that ad. So at the end of the day, if nothing else, it's a good part of the presentation, right? So the typical strategy is you got this massive large audience of people, your interest-based audiences, your lookalike audiences, and then it's the quick pickup line down to the sale. Okay, that's the typical strategy. But the strategy that works, John Loomer talked about this at Social Media Marketing World this year, and that is the 5-step strategy. And this is the one that we implement at Merged. And it starts at awareness, having people aware that you're there, and then getting them to engage. And from the engagement, getting them down to a visit to your website. From there, becoming a lead, and naturally down to a sale. So we recently did a little trade show back at our in Toronto, and I know you can't see this, but basically we mapped out a trade show strategy. And it starts by, we had this big red carpet there at our booth. It was like a 30-foot booth. So people walk into the red carpet. We had a popcorn machine. So people can go and get some popcorn, taste the popcorn as they get their photo taken at our booth. And then from there, we have one of our sales reps pre-qualify them to make sure they're a good enough lead to do our digital marketing audit. There was this whole journey that we were bringing people through. And then we thought, you know what? This is the exact same way we nurture leads through Facebook. Hence, the popcorn attribution model. Boom. Right? The smell. You start with the smell, the awareness. People need to smell the popcorn before they come over. You're not going up to people feeding popcorn down their throat. They have to smell it first. So you get them into your ecosystem. You give them the popcorn. You get them to engage on your content. Okay? And then from there, they're going to taste the popcorn. They're going to go to your website, absorb the information there. They're hungry to learn what you have to offer. And then they're going to become a lead. Starts with the awareness. So, first thing you need to do, if anybody has an email list of clients, if you haven't done this already, you should definitely do it, is create a custom audience of everybody that is a client. And then from there, you want to pump that list into Facebook and tell Facebook to go out there and find people with similar attributes, behaviors, and interests to your customers. Facebook knows more about your customers than you do. Do you know what movies your customers are watching? Do you know what books your customers are reading? Do you know how many clicks it takes your customer to actually convert into a customer? Facebook has all that data. And something a lot of people omit is the ability to run exclusion audiences. So if you're in a type of subscription-based business where you get a lot of chargebacks, get all those people that are the chargeback customers and put them into a group. Get all those emails and put them together. And then create an exclusion audience on Facebook. Pump that exclusion audience into a lookalike to make sure that your ads are not targeting people that look like your worst customers. Or even the lowest paying customers. Maybe you want higher paying customers. Well, exclude the people that have a tendency to be those low quality customers. These are the best lookalikes that we like to implement in our business. Number one, anybody that's been a past purchaser or past lead, create a lookalike audience of those people. The people that are the top spending, like we just mentioned, get those top 10% of your customers, create an email list of those customers, pump it into Facebook to create a lookalike. Who knows, they probably shop at Whole Foods and Louis Vuitton. That's probably who you want. Time spent on site. A lot of people don't leverage this one. This is huge. Make sure, by the way, everything I'm saying right now is there's a caveat. Make sure you have that Facebook pixel on your site and it works and you're tracking all the events. Okay? If you don't have that set up, come talk to me after. Okay? But time spent on site. Facebook, you can create a lookalike off of the people spending the most time on your site. Especially if you have a membership site and people are clicking around, you want to find people that look like those members that are spending the most time on your site. So create a lookalike from those. Video viewers. This is an awesome one if you have video content. Capture people watching 75% of a video. And then from there, create a lookalike. And then, using one of your videos, target that lookalike of the 75% video viewers with that video. Your cost per video viewer is going to be super low. So this is a great visual way to look at how to warm up an audience. So you have your interest-based audiences. You have your lookalike audiences. What you want to do is convert those audiences into a page engager, site visitor, video viewer. You're going to get those audiences, put them in this bucket. Now, this bucket's key because you want to warm up this bucket. This warm bucket is who you're going to target with your sales ads. Okay? You don't want to sell anything to the interest-based audiences or cold lookalikes. Okay? Here's an example. This is a destination resort down in Honduras. Honduras, not a very safe place to travel. So there are probably a lot of objections we need to address in their ads. But this is a cold ad to a cold audience. So what we need to do is show people that Honduras is a beautiful place to go. It's not dangerous. So by having this video content, which is a beautiful drone video, and optimizing for video views, we're able to get 2 cents per 10-second video view. We're not expecting to generate any sales from this ad. We strictly want to grow this bucket. Oh, one thing I want to note with that is the open targeting. Open targeting is huge. Okay? Give Facebook, the Facebook algorithm, the power to decide where to put your ads because they're going to put the ads in the right place. Okay? A lot of people like to put all these different interest-based targeting and stuff like that in their ads. Don't even bother. Facebook should have a general idea on who you're after if you just keep the targeting open. So this is Sophie. Sophie is a model for a dating site that we work with. Now, the goal here is not to sell the dating site. The goal here is to build a community around Sophie. We're essentially using paid ads to create an influencer out of Sophie. This here is just a simple video. It's 10 seconds long of Sophie, it's 7 seconds long actually, of Sophie blowing a kiss at the camera. So what we want to do is just get as many people seeing this video as possible and capturing people that watch the entire video. Engage. Second thing we need to do. So now we can get a little more aggressive with our ads. These are people that have watched that drone video from Enjoy, and now we can get aggressive with talking about the features. It's a good opportunity to drop a testimonial ad, okay? And in this case here, we're optimizing for landing page views. Very key, not clicks, okay? We're optimizing for landing page views. And we're targeting people that watch 75% of the initial video. Cost per landing page view, 15 cents. You cannot get that on Google. This is Sophie again. Now this is just a goofy video of Sophie touching her tongue to her nose. Stupid video. If you see it, if you're a cold audience and you see it, you're just gonna be like, what is this? But we're targeting people that have A, engaged on the page, or B, watch 25% of that first blowing kiss video. Okay, and make sure we're excluding leads. Super important, we don't wanna be targeting people that have already opted into the dating site. And we're getting a 5 cent per landing page view on this ad here. Lastly, the visit. This is important, super important. Pages that load within 2 seconds have an average bounce rate of 9%, while pages that take 5 seconds to load have a bounce rate of 38%. Very first thing we do before we even start a campaign is we're gonna audit your website. We don't wanna waste your money sending traffic to a website that takes too long to load. People's attention on social media is so short. I talked about it on the panel this morning at 10:30 about the noise in the news feed. There's just too much noise out there now, and users like yourselves and myself are becoming numb to ads. So you better make sure that that experience when you click on that ad to go to a landing page or a website is a good experience for that user, or you're gonna lose them. And Facebook's auditing that page as well to make sure it is a good user experience, because they want you to keep going back to Facebook and clicking on ads, because all Facebook cares about is the user experience. If you want to know how your page speed score matches up, there's a website called GT Metrics. Just go to that site, throw in your website, it's a free tool, and it'll tell you your website grade. So, big difference here between cost per click and landing page view. You want to make sure that pixel, again, is set up on your website for this, but anytime when we run a campaign, we're optimizing for landing page views, not clicks. In this case here, the CPC on the campaign was 36 cents. The cost per landing page view is 66 cents, meaning that website needs a refresh, okay? Basically, when you're optimizing for landing page views, you're telling Facebook to go out there and target people that have a tendency to become a landing page view. When you optimize for clicks, you're telling Facebook to optimize for people that like to just click on an ad, but may not have the patience to become a landing page view. Retargeting. Retargeting is the most important thing in our business, is leveraging whether it's capturing people landing on our site, making sure they get pixeled, and the next time they hop into Facebook or Instagram, they're gonna see a very specific ad. Now, when I say specific ad, I don't mean the same ad over and over, because as you all know, that's a terrible experience. You know marketers out there that got the same ad running over and over again. It's important that that user is seeing the right message at the right time. The right message at the right time. So if somebody clicks on a piece of blog content, have the solution to their problem on the end of that click when they get retargeted. You're all doctors in here prescribing solutions to problems. So on that retargeting ad, make sure you're prescribing that solution. It's a warm audience. Now lead. Something that Facebook recently did a little while ago is they used to have an entire paragraph before the actual ad. But as many of you know, it's now been shrunken down to 3 lines. So that's important because you need to make sure that you're capturing the attention of your audience in those first 3 lines. It's not a lot of real estate. Use the aspirin effect. What is the immediate resolution to your customer's problem? Try to capture that aspirin effect and put it in the first 3 lines of that retargeting ad. People are emotional. You have to hit on their emotion with that retargeting ad to get them to do what you want them to do, which is become a lead. Enjoy. So now we're talking more and more about the features. Now it's no longer about so much about the customer, it's about the business now. We're retargeting people to hit the website. Here's why a Honduras vacation makes perfect sense. Blah, blah, blah. The cost per lead is $6.96. Now, keep in mind, $6.96, you might think, oh, that's not that great. But this is a very warm audience. And then it's the ability to create a quality lead. That's what we're doing. As we're guiding that customer down the journey, we're creating a quality lead. We work with an erectile dysfunction company, spending hundreds of thousands a month. They just want leads. So we have open targeting. We're not targeting anything, just US. And leads come in at $2-3 a pop. Mind you, those leads go to a call center, and the call center is closing at a 10% close rate, but they're happy with those results. I wouldn't be, but they're happy with those results, right? It makes sense. It backs out at the end of the day. But my point is, by having open targeting and getting leads at $2 to $3 a pop, doesn't mean they're going to be quality. 90% of people, it's garbage traffic. People just click, click, click. They're curious. And to be completely honest, people opting into a cold ad as a lead, think about the behavior of those people. They're not going to be quality customers for you. The quality customers are going to be the ones that you guide down this journey because you have addressed their objections in your ads. You're storytelling the journey. Sophie. Back to Sophie here. Now this is people that have already landed on the page. They learned more about Sophie. And now we're getting €1 a lead to get people to sign up to the dating platform. It's not complicated, but you have to do a lot of testing. There's a lot of testing involved. Now, Facebook's getting better and better at this. When we used to do this 3-4 years ago, we used to have, this is how many ads. We'd run 20, 30 ads, and Facebook would test them all out. But the algorithm is so smart now that it's going to figure it out in the first few days during the learning process of an ad, which ad is going to work best. But you definitely do need to test different variables, and only test one variable at a time. People like to try a different copy with a different image, with a different headline. You got to only test one variable at a time. Can't stress it enough, retargeting. Okay, set that up, set your pixel up, set your retargeting audiences up. And like I said, different stages of the journey as well. Ad frequency is how many times somebody sees an ad. I know somebody mentioned on this, up on the stage, it was 2 was the frequency. I kind of disagree. I think somebody needs to see an ad about 3 to 5 times before it actually resonates. Okay? So once that ad frequency gets up and above 5, maybe start refreshing your ads, creating new creative. Okay, and getting it out there to that same audience. The money is in the retargeting. Here's proof, okay? Now, I don't know if you guys can see that. I think you can. But take a look at that first one there. The first one is, let me give you a bit of background. This is an e-commerce product. It's a microfiber towel for $30. It's an instinct type of buy, okay? The very top one there says lookalike purchasers on desktop, okay? So we're targeting a cold audience that look like people that have purchased the product on desktop with a very aggressive ad. The cost, $110 per purchase. Terrible. They're losing money on that campaign. That's brutal. Only one person purchased with 5,300 impressions. Fortunately, we didn't spend that much money on it. We didn't spend all that much money on that campaign, but I want you to look at the purchasers. People that have previously purchased the product. We got our ads in front of those people, and they were purchasing at 75 cents. That was 30x, on that one campaign. But my point is this, is that is a very warm audience. People that have previously become a lead or a purchaser is an amazing audience to retarget. Now, in this case here, I'm sure a lot of those people, because we ran this campaign in December last year, a lot of people were purchasing the product as gifts and things like that. But if you run an e-commerce if you run a product, a drop shipping product, that's a huge opportunity to get in front of people that have had an experience with your business, had an experience with your product. Anybody had an ad account disabled or deactivated? Yeah, it sucks, man. It's seriously the worst thing ever. But what do you do about it, right? We're not going to sit here and rant and rave and complain about problems. Let's have a solution. You got to create another business manager. I believe Dennis said it yesterday. He mentioned it, like, setting up a second business manager, even use it as a testing account. Because you just got to cover your back. You got to cover your butt, because especially in December is the most popular time on Facebook. Ad prices are expensive. If you're optimizing a campaign and then it gets shut down, you got to have a backup there and ready. So set up that backup as soon as you can, because this whole issue with Facebook shutting down accounts, it isn't going to stop. And a lot of times, even if we've been working with massage clinics and they've gotten their ad accounts disabled. Massage clinic. And it's just like, there's nothing you can do about it. And Facebook, as you all know, is not very quick to get back to you. And one of the previous speakers also talked about Messenger. Messenger is huge. Now, if you're doing lead generation, use Messenger as an opportunity to pre-qualify people. So if you have leads coming in, check. If you're on Messenger, if you have leads coming in to your business and you're handing those leads to a receptionist or a call center, there's a very good chance that they're wasting a lot of their time pre-qualifying leads with the same questions. Address those FAQs and questions within Messenger. We do this all the time. We set it up. Certain trigger words are going to trigger a certain response. Building subscribers, great opportunity. Open rates on Messenger are 80% compared to what? Email, you're lucky if you get 30%. So Messenger, building a subscriber base on Messenger is a huge opportunity as we approach 2020. And that's it for me. I have two asks of you guys today. One, we just opened our Instagram account at Merged Media. I brought my videographer with me. Krista is in the back corner. Krista, give a wave. Yeah, awesome. So Krista, we're documenting the journey. Krista's in her office, day in and day out, capturing us, having client meetings, the good and the bad. 95% of the content she captures goes to the garbage, but 5% of that content is pure gold. So check it out at Merged Media. Also go to our website. We just launched our new website as well, where you can book a time to schedule a video call with me if you guys have any questions. Thank you guys so much for your time. You guys are